Welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing our episodes of the X-Files. This is now going to be episode 12 of season 1. Last episode, not too much to recap on other than the actual storyline, which was of the two girls who were pushed out via IVF when it was actually really a government experiment on trying to increase the human capabilities, with it being aptitude, intelligence, strength, and it all went wrong. But it was quite a, I don't know, spooky episode. I like to use spooky because it's the X-Files with the two girls and the fact that they had already turned into murderers at their age. Anyway, we're going to carry on and find out what this is about this time. So let's go. This is episode 12.
Good morning, Cecil.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh shit, he's on fire. What? Did he just do that?
6 months ago, British Minister of Parliament Reggie Ellicott received an audio cassette.
Well, that's a British voice.
The one you're listening to now. Unfortunately for Minister Ellicott, when he popped the tape into the car stereo, he armed a device. If only he hadn't reached for the door handle and triggered the detonator and deposit the engine block on top of a 3-story building.
Oh, you stupid bitch.
Aren't we looking rather ghostly?
That scared the crap out of me.
Dana Scully, this is Phoebe Green, terror of Scotland Yard.
Hello.
Your car bomber?
No. This one likes to burn his victims alive. Can't figure out how he does it either. Sent one to the wife of Sir Malcolm Marsden a month ago.
Oh, he's weird.
3 days later, he narrowly escaped a fire in his garage. It burned to the ground. I figured my friend Mulder couldn't resist a 3-pipe problem.
I'll run it by our arson specialist.
3-pipe problem?
I don't know.
From, Sherlock Holmes. It's a private joke.
How
Okay.
private?
We knew each other in school in England. She
I
was
gathered.
brilliant, and I got in over my head and paid the price.
Is there any kind of incendiary device used?
Yes, actually. The victim's body.
Yeah.
Spontaneous combustion. Candle wax, gasoline, something flammable and incendiary that adheres to the skin.
Like an accelerant.
It's like an accelerant, yes. Well, the reaction is so intense that it splits the water into hydrogen and oxygen. It just adds fuel to the fire.
Jesus.
What were they using?
We don't know for sure. It could be rocket fuel.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'm Bob, the caretaker. We've been exchanging letters.
Oh, good heavens, yes, of course. Hello, Bob. How are
Excuse
you?
the pain.
What have you buried? Don't tell me. I have a feeling that's where the actual...
Skin you alive.
I have a feeling that's where the actual painter is.
Something else I haven't told you about myself, Scully. I hate fire. Hate it. I'm scared to death of it. Phoebe is fire.
Mulder,
Hmm.
are you sure you don't want me to help you out on this one?
Sooner or later, a man's got to face his demons.
Yeah. Some cough medicine if it's no problem.
Syrup or lozenges?
God, I just love that accent.
Allow me.
Now that is a trick. Hey guys, take a look at this.
Here we go. Oh, shit.
Careful, lights.
He's just killed everyone in that bar, probably.
The bar is across the street from the fire station. Burned to the ground before they had a chance to even respond.
Can you tell us what happened in the bar last night?
There was this guy. Next thing I turned around, he was up in flames. Brownish hair.
Long hair, short
In
hair.
fact, his arm was on fire and he wasn't screaming.
Do you think you could work with a composite artist and come up with a sketch for us?
Like I said, I had a few drinks.
Just.
Casually disregard her indiscretion. A firm but polite manner until she exceeds to cooperate.
It's a technique I refined in my relationship with you.
Oh, ba-dum-dum.
10 years seems sufficient time to have forgiven, if not forgotten, a few youthful indiscretions.
I don't know if it matters, but I remembered something else about the guy who caught fire. He had an English accent.
Since they all burned in the presence of family members in safe surroundings, this indicates unusually intimate access to the victims by the arsonist. You mentioned that the arsonist might be using some kind of rocket fuel as an accelerant.
You know, that's just speculation. It still doesn't explain how he sets bodies on fire. Extremely diluted. But you still have to find a way to ignite it.
Wow, it lit by itself.
I don't think it's anything to do with rocket fuel.
They are. We've had a bit of bad news. Our driver has taken ill, and we're due at a party in Boston this evening. Is there any chance that we could impose upon you to drive the family into town?
I'd be very happy to do it as a favor.
Oh, good.
The party's at 8 o'clock at the Venerable Plaza. I'll be traveling with the family, so why don't you go on ahead and have a look around?
I'm in Boston.
I've got something to show you. I'm gonna come up there.
What have you got?
I might have some information on the identity of your arson suspect.
Doesn't look like your arsonist is going to make an appearance.
Fire? Yeah.
There's a fire upstairs.
Get moving.
What?
On the 14th floor.
That's where the children are.
You've got a fire on the 14th floor!
He's going to have to overcome his fear here if he's going to help. Like that. He's frozen. Damn.
Hold on. Here we are.
Oh, and now he's going to be the hero. That's what he wanted.
What happened to you up there?
I panicked.
Yeah.
I couldn't move, Scully.
We saw.
It could have happened to anyone.
Yeah, but it happened to me.
What do you know about this guy that saved the kids? The driver.
See, Scully's on it.
I checked him out prior to the Marston's arrival.
Are you sure? I could have sworn I saw him down in the hallway about the same time that the fire broke out.
You couldn't have. Anyway, the man we're looking for is English.
Hey,
Everybody's anxious to get back.
to the Cape?
Only to pack. They've made travel arrangements back to England for the
I
day.
bet they have.
And you?
Should be going with him.
I'll be leaving in a few days.
I ran a profile of possible incendiary fuels and accelerants that could have been used in the crimes. There were over 200 names, and not a duplicate. Except one. A Cecil Lively. He worked as a gardener for 2 of the victims.
That'll be him.
But I dug a little further. Cecil Lively is a documented citizen of Great Britain. Paid his taxes, never been on the dole, a model citizen. Until he died in 1971 in a London tenement fire.
Crap.
Cecil Lively's passport was stamped by U.S. immigration officials 2 weeks ago at the port of entry in Boston.
Bingo. What the fuck are you doing, woman? Oh, she's back to your old tricks, by any chance?
Cecil Lively.
Who?
Your arsonist. I found this out in the garage. It's been very hard on the family.
Did you get the composite?
Yes.
I don't believe it. I can't believe it. He's worked for us for over 10 years.
Well,
So?
obviously there's been some type of mistake.
It's like we found the missing driver.
They just went up all by themselves.
Oh, hell, here we go again.
Oh, no.
He has.
It's fuel.
He's why it ignites so easily.
You're gonna be okay, Mulder.
Oh, yeah, I'll be fine. There's no place I'd rather be. Michael! Jimmy! You in there?
Time to call 911.
Shoot him.
Don't move!
Shoot. Crap. Yeah, whole house is wrecked. Shoot him, Scully.
Stay right where you are.
Bastard.
Because you don't know. The spark from that round will blow this whole house to kingdom come.
Oh, that's the point. What do you do? Ooh, that's what you do.
It's the accelerant. No.
Well, it appears to have worked. This guy actually believed.
She didn't call?
No. She did messenger this to me last night, though.
Did you play it?
No.
Addendum to the file opened by Special Agent Mulder. The arson suspect Cecil Lively was admitted to Boston Mercy Hospital with 5th and 6th degree burns over his entire body, but for the rapid regeneration of his basal cell tissue. Full recovery is anticipated in as little as a month.
Okay.
His body temperature remains at a steady 109 degrees. According to Agent Mulder, further incarceration remains a problem for federal penal authorities.
Yeah, it would.
Can I get you anything, sir?
I'm just dying for a cigarette.
I knew that was coming. Oh my god, that was so weird. Okay guys, that was episode 12 of season 1 of the X-Files. That was completely out of character for the X-Files, as in Mulder wasn't leading everything. Scully was doing a lot of the investigating because Mulder was distracted by this ex of his, who clearly is a player, and from what I surmise, likes to go after men of authority, men of power, men she can't have, likes to play around. We know the type. I'm not saying that against females, I'm just saying her in particular. It could be man or woman. Plenty of people are like this. So that's why he's got such a bad history with her. But it distracted him from the case, on top of the fact that because the subject matter was a man who was able to start fires like this, and Mulder has an innate fear of fire, which we didn't actually know till this episode, so we know that now. And I don't blame him for freezing in that first instance of it. But he pulled it together later on, towards the end, when he had to rescue the kids, when he was given a second chance, a second go at having to step in. He was annoyed with himself of freezing. He said so in the hotel to Scully. I just froze. It is what it is. So he didn't want that to happen again. But then when he saw this woman pretty much making out with the husband of this family as well, we knew what was going on. Anyway, to the actual case, I automatically assumed this guy was capable of starting fires himself, whether it's with his body, his mind, whatever. Then it started to lead to believe to the fact that it was just he was using rocket fuel as an accelerant, and he'd rigged the house and everything, but it still didn't make sense. If you're somebody who uses an accelerant, whatever it may be, because you are a pyromaniac and you love fire, you still can't just set your arm on fire and sit there like it doesn't hurt. Then we get at the end that it really truly is an X-File. It's not just some psychotic guy who has relationship issues and psychotic tendencies going after these families because he was looking at the wives, trying to remove the husbands. It was nothing political. But then we get at the end that his miraculous recovery from 5th and 6th degree burns, which would normally kill the person involved, he's making regenerative recovery extremely quickly. So what is he? Was he the devil? because he screamed out loud when he was on fire, you can't fight fire with fire. And then I automatically presumed, yeah, well, it's alright you saying that and you thinking that in your head because you're nuts, but it's killed you. Except it didn't. Now, it's one thing to be able to start a fire. It's another thing to be able to physically start a fire yourself without an accelerant. But it's something entirely different altogether if you can actually not die by fire. So I don't quite know what he is. He's an X-File, that's for sure. And like they said, or Scully said in her report at the end there, they're going to have trouble with the penal system here in continuing to incarcerate this guy. Because wherever they put him, he keeps starting fires. What do you do with him? And you could put him on death row. Is that going to kill him? Or isn't it? I don't know. That was unusual, and it was really strange to see Mulder out of his comfort zone with this girl turning up, and on top of the fact that he wasn't seeming to lead the investigation with this, that it was Scully who figured a lot of it out, and with the name that the guy had been using, and the fact that that name traces back to somebody who has already died back in the 70s, and then checking that there'd been a US embassy, there'd been a passport issued from England to America. She figured most of this out and was always in the right place at the right time because she was doing what these two normally do, and he was kind of a little bit behind with this, which was not normal at all. I don't see us having that again, especially now he's just re-experienced his past coming back to haunt him with this woman in this episode. And as quick as she turned up, like a flash, she's back out of his life again. Leaves him a tape, doesn't even say goodbye, and I'm presuming that tape just goes in the drawer and leave it at that. But that pretty much sums up that episode. It was really enjoyable because I wasn't figuring out how he was doing this. The accelerant came into it, but it wasn't just about that. It was about more. So, anyway, if you want to watch the episode full length, guys, don't forget it will be available for both people on YouTube channel memberships and over on Patreon. If you want more details about that, the link will be in the description, or you can just click on the join tab on the channel itself and it will give you more information there. We are a few episodes in front on Patreon, and the episodes that are posted to YouTube are posted weekly. So I will be back with episode 13 next. Until then, if you're enjoying the X-Files and you're enjoying this ride back through time with me with this fabulous series, because I don't remember that episode either at all. I'm not sure whether I even saw that. The takeaway thing from me for this episode was the guy in question who was doing all the fires. I've just watched that actor in Battlestar in the end of season 3 for being Baltar's lawyer, Lampkin, and he doesn't look that much different, and this is 30 years old, so he's aged well. Anyway, that doesn't really make any difference. If you enjoyed the video, guys, by all means please give it a thumbs up and post your comments down below, and I will see you for episode 13 next. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the next one.